Hey, how's it going everyone? In this video, I want to start off a new series and definitely sound off in the comments section down below if you do want to see more of this, but we typically do our, top 10 games of an upcoming month and whatever, but in this video, I want to take a look at some older months. Now, we're coming up on November, so I thought let's go 10 years in the past and look at the top 10 games coming out in November of 2011. Now, obviously, this video is just for nostalgia's sakes. Gives me a chance to reminisce on some of these games because we're going back to the year 2011 and I was a super hardcore gamer at this point, following news and everything like that, so it gives me an opportunity to reminisce about some of the olden times and whatnot, and talk about some of the older games and give you my reflection on them. Now, if you guys enjoy this series, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll do it for every month, and I'll pick years and whatnot that are at least relevant to me, and maybe we can even expand beyond that. Just thought it would be something different and unique to do, so let's get right into it. And I want to start things off November 1st of 2011, Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. Yes, we're starting this off in a big way. Now, in my honest opinion, I thought Uncharted 3 was slightly overrated. I saw Uncharted 3 getting 10s everywhere, and don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed the game. I thought it was a great game. I did think Uncharted 2 was a better game. I thought Uncharted 2 had stronger pacing, and maybe it was like the wow factor of Uncharted 2 going from Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2 was such a significant leap, and you really didn't see that significant of a leap from Uncharted 2 to Uncharted 3. Still a fantastic game, really enjoyed it. And of course, at this point, you can now play it with the Uncharted the Nathan Drake collection, and I would recommend you to do so. But this rounding out the Uncharted releases on PlayStation 3 was a pretty good way to go out, and this dropped on November 1st, so the first day of November, you're kicking it off with a bang. Also dropping November 1st, yeah, busy day, Sonic Generations. How about that? Now, going back to 2011, oh my god, Sonic, we could talk about Sonic for a long time. Obviously, in that era, that late 2000s, early 2010s, there were some atrocity of Sonic games released. You're talking about Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic Unleashed, where you turn into a werewolf, some absolutely not very good games. And then you randomly got a Sonic game developed by BioWare as an RPG on Nintendo DS that nobody remembers about, but nonetheless, Sonic was not at its all-time high. However, Sonic Generations really rewrote the narrative of Sonic, and it came out as a great Sonic game. It showcased classic Sonic as well as that 3D Sonic gameplay that everybody loves. You had the combination of both, hence the name Generations, and I should give credit, in 2010 we did get Sonic Colors, and Sonic Colors was a pretty decent game as well. That was exclusive to the Nintendo Wii. Outside, now you can get it everywhere. But Sonic Generations really surprised me back in the day because at that point, like I said, Sonic was just at a very low period, but Sonic Generation definitely turned it around. Speaking of platformers, also dropping in November of 2011, November 15th, Rayman Origins. Often talk about Rayman Legends and how much I love that game. Unfortunately, Rayman Origins has not been preserved on PlayStation. It was a fantastic platformer, great art style, and it was the game that really introduced me to how great Rayman was. I wasn't a big Rayman guy growing up, but Rayman Origins was a tremendous platformer with a great art style. It has aged magnificently well because of its art style, and it was just a very enjoyable game. And it's not like I was this massive fan of platformers or anything like that, but I really dug Rayman Origins. Unfortunately, after Origins and after Legends, it seems like Ubisoft does not have much planned for the future of this franchise in terms of traditional Rayman titles. Hopefully that changes, but Rayman Origins really dug that game as well. Next up, gotta give Call of Duty a mention. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Now, at this point with my history with Call of Duty, I was kind of falling out with Call of Duty at this point. Like, I liked Modern Warfare 3 in the sense that it was fun to go online and play with a couple friends for a little bit, but then I was really starting to fall out. I loved Black Ops. I thought Black Ops was excellent, was not a big fan of MW3, and Black Ops 2 did bring me back a little bit, but I could sense my love for Call of Duty waning at this point because I played the hell out of Call of Duty 4, played the hell out of World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, and then with MW3, didn't play it as long. Black Ops 2 brought me back a little bit, but then, it started waning and waning, but MW3 is still a game that's going to be nostalgic to a lot of people. Alright, moving on from that, Metal Gear Solid, the HD collection. Oh boy, what a great release this was. You got Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, and the excellent Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker that was originally released on the PlayStation Portable was available to console owners, which was fantastic. And not to say MGS3 is considered by many to be the best PlayStation 2 game of all time. I don't think it's a stretch to say that at all. And MGS2 was pretty unique as well. I remember the promotional material going into that game, and I was a wee lad back then, but even I heard about everything that went down with MGS2. It was pretty clever of Kojima. I mean, clever might not be the right word, but nonetheless, MGS3, obviously a classic, and to have all three of those games, one collection, $40, was a great pickup for many people. Unfortunately, on PlayStation, has not been preserved. You can't get this through backwards compatibility. It's not like it's been upgraded to PS4 or anything like that. I believe on Xbox, this is one of those games that is backwards compatible, so good on them. But wish it was just preserved across the board, because what a great collection this was. And Peace Walker, fantastic game. Played that on the PSP when it came out, but having that in the collection in this HD form. And then also should be noted, MGS2 and 3, want to know who handled those remasters? A little studio you guys might know as Bluepoint. Yeah, so everything starts coming together. Yeah, Bluepoint's been around for quite a while, and they did great work with MGS2 and 3. Now, they're one of the prominent studios in all of gaming, obviously acquired by Sony. That, by the way, did drop November the 8th. Okay, next up, you weren't living in November of 2011 if you didn't pick up The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. 11/11/11, who can forget that faithful day? I remember when I was in school, a lot of people, for some reason, didn't show up on school that Friday. I don't know why. Was it because of Skyrim? I don't know. But yeah, a lot of people I know skipped school that day to play Skyrim, and I absolutely love The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. And I played it on the PlayStation 3 initially, and the PlayStation 3 version of this game was atrocious. It was by far the worst version of the game. Bugs, glitches, save file corruptions, you name it, the PlayStation 3 version of the game had it. Now, I was living in my secluded bubble, so I didn't know about the Xbox version and the PC version at that point. I played the PC version of Skyrim probably 8 months after the fact of Skyrim coming out on PlayStation with its original release, and the PC version is just so much better. Even to this day, the PC version is the prominent version of the game. But still, to me, Skyrim is an absolute classic. Yes, it does, hold your hand a little bit compared to Oblivion and Morrowind, but I think to cater towards a larger audience of people, that was kind of the route they had to go. But wow, what a fantastic game Skyrim was. You could beat the game relatively quickly, but then if you really wanted to do everything, scratch everything, it was going to take you quite a long time. And it's a game to this day. I mean, we're coming up, guys, November of this year, Skyrim Anniversary Edition. Bethesda is still figuring out a way to re-release this game and profit off of it. That should tell you what people think about this game. Maybe you'll be like, hey, I thought they were going to stop with that, and maybe it is a little bit greedy, but people have an affinity towards Skyrim, and I remember leading up to the release of this game, it was quite the time to be alive, because everybody I knew was talking about it at that point. I still have fond memories of the game, and at some point, definitely going to give it another playthrough. Will it be with the Anniversary Edition? I don't know. Probably will replay it on PC with a bunch of mods installed. And we're talking about the fact that I probably replayed Skyrim not too long ago, 3-4 years ago. Alright, moving on from that, enough gushing about Skyrim. Next up, Assassin's Creed Revelations did drop November the 15th. I remember, as I've talked about with Revelations in the past, leading up to the release of this game, I was a little bit concerned. I was like, man, is Ubisoft going the route of just milking the hell out of Assassin's Creed after the success of AC2 and AC Brotherhood? When AC Revelations was announced, I was like, oh boy, they're going back into it again already? Because I was like, okay, AC Brotherhood was a yearly release after AC2. Remember, AC2 was 2 years after AC1, so I thought that was the pattern that they were going to go. Then they kind of blindsided you with Brotherhood, at least me back in the day, and then to see another follow-up as a yearly release with Revelations, then it dawned on me, okay, we're going into a yearly release structure with Assassin's Creed, at least for the foreseeable future until, Origins and everything like that happened. But AC Revelations was still a good game. Obviously, the inclusion of Altair, those sections of the game did add a little bit of variety, and that was definitely a smart promotional tool. Seeing Ezio, this character that was revered in the gaming community at that point, and then also to have Altair in it, while Assassin's Creed 1 wasn't this revered game, I think people liked Altair as a character, and to have both of them in it, I mean, it was going to be really hard to mess it up from a promotional standpoint. Very easy to construct compelling commercials with those two characters at the helm, but nevertheless, AC Revelations, still a very good game. Didn't like it as much as AC2 or Brotherhood, but still pretty good. Also, November 15th as well. Dang, November 15th was wild. Saints Row the Third. Obviously, Saints Row the Third took Saints Row into this zany structure that I don't know if everybody was super into it, but I thought it was fun. I thought the wackiness worked, and I mean, at this point, we had GTA 4, and we had the more serious toned open world games, Red Dead Redemption as well. Saints Row 3 taking it more to a comedic, wacky side of things. I thought it worked with Saints Row 3. Now, did it get a little bit redundant with Saints Row 4? Maybe. Let's see how they handle it with the Saints Row reboot that's coming in February, but I had a lot of fun with Saints Row 3. Was it like an amazing, worth $60 game? No. But I didn't pay $60 for it back in the day, I don't think. I think I rented it through GameFly, if I do remember correctly. Nevertheless, I had fun with Saints Row the Third, and that dropped November 15th. Lastly, I want to talk one Nintendo Wii exclusive, and then also an Xbox exclusive that is definitely worth noting. First of all, the Wii exclusive, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, now obviously available on the Nintendo Switch as well. Skyward Sword was interesting, man. Obviously, it was a great game. I mean, it's really hard to mess up a Zelda game. The issue that a lot of people had with Skyward Sword was the fact that you needed the little Wii Motion Plus attachment, or else this game was moot, which was a little bit of a bummer. I mean, I know, what was it, Wii Sports Resort came with the Motion Plus, and that sold incredibly well, but a lot of people didn't have Motion Plus, and having to get Skyward Sword with Motion Plus was a little bit of a bummer. They did release, like, a special edition Zelda Wiimote that had, like, Wii Motion Plus built into it right off the bat, and I bet you if I go look up the price of that right now, I would probably be absolutely disgusted, because something like that sounds like it would appreciate in price greatly. Now, of course, you can play Skyward Sword on the Nintendo Switch, and it works as a traditional game as well, so that's quite nice. Game itself was good. Didn't like it as much as Twilight Princess, but I still thought it was a pretty good Zelda title. I mean, the barometer for Zelda titles is pretty high. The bar to reach is pretty high. Skyward Sword may have fell short of some of them, but it was still a very good game. Lastly, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. That also dropped November the 15th. My god, people probably went broke that day if you were buying all these games, but November 15th, yeah, Halo 1, remake, yeah, it was Halo 1. I mean, I played this at a friend's house. I wasn't a big Xbox guy growing up, but I definitely was able to play Xbox titles. I mean, our family had an Xbox growing up, so I was able to play a lot of the Xbox games as well. But Halo Combat Evolved, I mean, it's a classic to a lot of people, and there was a lot of buzz coming into the release of this. I remember it was released at $40, so that was quite nice, and obviously, you had that co-op gameplay, multiplayer gameplay. It's Halo 1. To see it again was quite nice. At this point, though, 360 was really letting a lot of people down. Remember, in 2010, they introduced the Kinect, and things started to go awry a little bit. You know, a lot of those games that they were releasing were not those games that people bought a 360 for. No longer were you getting the Fable 2s of the world, you were getting the Kinect Adventures, and they would still promote the marquee, absolute marquee Xbox franchises in Halo, Gears, and Forza, but those were the three franchises that they would literally just keep spamming games in, and then everything else kind of went to the wayside, which was a little bit of a bummer, because I remember like 2008, when you had like Fable 2, Gears 2, and you had like Japanese developers coming in, dropping like Tales of Vesperia as an exclusive Infinite Undiscovery, Star Ocean 4, and then that all kind of went to the wayside, and then they were really focused on Kinect and then really prioritizing the marquee franchise, and now you see it to this day. Microsoft is trying to go back to the days of them dropping a lot of high-quality first-party titles, and that's still a work in progress. Hopefully, they do get to that point, but Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary definitely had a lot of buzz behind it. Remember, they were doing, like, yearly Halo releases at this point. 2007, you had Halo 3. 2008, I think you had a Halo 3 map pack. 2009, you had Halo 3 ODST. 2010, you had Halo Reach, and then 2011, you had Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. I want to say Halo 4 was 2012. I might be wrong on that, but I believe Halo 4 was 2012, so they were really all in on Halo at this point, but yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Whoa, went really long on this video. It's fun reminiscing about some of these games. If you guys want to see videos like this again, let me know, because I would love to reminisce on some of these classic memories that I have with these games, because I still remember it like it was yesterday. Yeah, it was 10 years ago, but man, I was gaming like an animal back in the day. So yeah, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.